The 41st Combined Arms Army of the Central Military District of Russia suffered catastrophic losses in the war against Ukraine. As of June 1st, 2025, it is confirmed that 8,625 soldiers of this army were killed. 10,491 were missing. Thousands more are considered to have left the unit's SZCH voluntarily. This is reported by the I Want to Live project. The Russians, who are indifferent to the fate of Russia, have handed us documents that reveal the scale of the losses of Russian troops in Ukraine. According to data on the implementation of social guarantees to family members of the dead and missing servicemen of the 41st Combined Arms Army, as well as information on the initiation of criminal cases against unaccounted for SZCH, as of June 1st, 2025, at least 8,625 dead and 10,491 missing of the 41st Army are known. The report says, according to Obozrevatel media outlet, the backbone of the army is the 35th, 74th, 55th, and 137th motorized rifle brigades, which are being recruited in the Kemerovo, Tyumen, Novosibirsk, Sverdlovsk regions, Khakassia, Altai Krai, and Taiva. All units are dying or continue to die in the area of the city of Pokrovsk. The 74th Motorized Rifle Brigade from the Kemerovo region suffered the greatest losses, almost 2,500 killed and over 2,700 missing. In addition, almost 2,800 people fled from the front line. By pre-war standards, the number of such brigades was about 3,500 people. So, only one brigade has actually grinded two of its formations. A similar situation in the 35th Brigade from the Altai territory. More than 1,000 dead and more than 5,000 missing, or deserters, Obozrevatel says. The 55th Brigade from Tuva, which had 1,600 soldiers before the war, lost over 2,800 killed and missing, and another 1,616 Tuvans fled the front. The 137th Brigade lost over 1,100 killed, over 2,300 missing, and almost 1,000 deserters. The statistics of escapes are particularly striking. On May the 31st alone, 42 servicemen escaped from units of the 41st Army. In a week, 175 people. A significant part of them are contract soldiers from the so-called V Company, formed from prisoners. These assault units are created mainly in motorized rifle units and thrown to the front line as cannon fodder. Of the more than 2,000 deserters of the 41st Army, the majority are convicts who took the opportunity to escape after the war amnesty, Obozrevatel says. It is also noted that V companies exist exclusively in motorized rifle brigades where prisoners are used as assault meat. As a rule, convicts are not recruited into engineering, missile, and artillery units operating in the rear.
NATO's Supreme Allied Commander Europe, General Alexis Grinkwich, said Thursday that preparations are underway for weapons transfers to Ukraine and that NATO is working very closely with Germany to transfer Patriot systems. According to Associated Press, Grinkwich said at a military event in Wiesbaden, Germany, that he had been ordered to move the weapons out as quickly as possible. He said the number of weapons being transferred is classified. We're already in preparation phase for the first tranche of capability to start moving with respect to Patriots, he said. My guidance is to get the Ukrainians what they need to defend themselves. US President Donald Trump agreed to send the weaponry, but it will be paid for by European countries. An expert working group under Grinkwich is to discuss concrete planning very quickly but also with corresponding caution, a German Defense Ministry spokesperson said Wednesday. NATO chief Mark Rutte said in Washington on Monday that the alliance is coordinating the military support with funding from allies in Europe and Canada. He said there were commitments from Germany, Finland, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, the United Kingdom, the Netherlands and Canada, with more expected to follow.
From Germany are already on their way to Ukraine.
I'm not going to reveal to the Russians or anyone else the exact numbers of weapons that we're transferring or when those will happen. But what I will say is that preparations are underway. We're working very closely with the Germans on the Patriot transfer, and the guidance that I've been given has been to move out as quickly as possible. So we're doing that, and then we're also looking at other capabilities and what those needs are, and working on proposals for our political leadership. And air defense is important on the modern battlefield, and we've seen the scale of recent Russian attacks against Ukraine. So it is a key focus area, and obviously a key focus area for the Secretary General and the President. So to meet that objective, I do intend to bring everyone together to look at what's in the art of the possible. This will be tied to being able to sequence what flows into Ukraine now, things that Secretary Rubio has talked about. Capabilities that are in Europe can be moved more quickly than something coming off the production line, but the production line can then be used to backfill the capabilities that others donate. So I don't have a good sense of what the numbers will be, but I know that my guidance is to get the Ukrainians what they need to defend themselves. So there'll be a lot more to follow. We're going to move as quickly as we can on this. A ton of coordination in work, but as I mentioned, we're already in the preparation phase for the first tranche of capability to start moving with respect to Patriots.
You said you'd like to have industry deliver capabilities as quickly as...
And one of the lessons that I've taken away is we've got to figure out what mechanisms we can build in all of our militaries that allow that same pace of innovation that the Ukrainians have done so successfully. We're down at the brigade level, they're able to have a relationship with an industry partner that drives innovation not in a matter of years, but in a matter of days. So I think that's something that surprised me. I didn't know that would happen. In retrospect, it's probably a little bit more obvious as you overlay the mega trends of where technology and warfare has gone. But I think it's something that we all need to study and reflect on and incorporate into our formations. All right, thanks everybody, and let me just close with one comment, and that's thanks.
Keith Kellogg, the U.S. President Donald Trump's special representative, who is on an official visit in Ukraine, has visited training sites of Ukraine's National Guard troops, local media reported on Wednesday. According to Ukraine's Interior Ministry statement, accompanied by National Guard Commander Oleksandr Pivnenko, the U.S. delegation observed the training of Ukrainian guardsmen, examining their military equipment and the advanced technologies employed on the battlefield. The delegation was shown how tank and combat vehicle crews are trained, including simulator exercises, as well as demonstrations of drones and robotic systems, the ministry stated. According to the ministry's statement, retired General Kellogg commended the bravery of Ukrainian troops and the excellence of their training, highlighting that Ukraine's battlefield experience holds significant value for other nations' militaries. We are grateful to the USA for the constant assistance that enables our units to effectively defend the country. Ukraine defends its independence and freedom. Together with partners, we continue to develop our defense capabilities, said Commander Pivnenko. Earlier that day, General Kellogg visited a memorial dedicated to the children killed in Russia's war against Ukraine during his visit to Kiev. Keith Kellogg met President Volodymyr Zelenski in both one-on-one and expanded formats in Kyiv on July 14. His visit follows Donald Trump's announcement on Monday that the U.S. would send more weapons to Ukraine and impose tariffs on Russia if there is no progress in peace talks within 50 days.